After what I've been experiencing, I thought I was going insane, so I decided to get my camera and put it right next to me. And I called my friends to come over because I'm in disbelief as for what I've seen for the past 2 hours. After I called them, they rode their bikes over here, and after 15 minutes of an intense waiting, they got here. And I got right to the chase and told them everything I know so far. And they thought I was joking, but they were getting a little nervous about what I told them, and they started to believe me. I had to show them all the screen caps I took, and they decided to take a little break from this as I have been super worked up on it. After 15 minutes, I walked away. I was ready to show them, but then I started to hear someone yell in a very, very deep voice.
You can't stop any of this. No one can.
And I turned around and asked, "Did one of you just talk?" Thomas said no one said anything. Josh said, "I know you're really on edge, but you need to calm down." So I decided to listen and calm down before playing the game again. So I was ready to go back and get right to the game, but when I got to the room, there was the game. I froze and my friends were super scared of what we were seeing. There were boards on the windows and a creepy sign on the floor. So I ran up to my room to get my camera and I took a picture of it. And on the screen, the text said,
No run, no hide.
and Thomas said this is too much, so he ran straight for my front door, but somehow it was locked shut and every single light in the house was red. I tried calling my parents, but the power was shut off except for the game room where the NES was, so we decided to stay and make a plan, though it was all in our heads. I would play first, then Josh would play. Thomas said he wouldn't go last, so he would go second to last, and then Mary was last. She didn't say a lot. We all sat down at the TV, and a text on the TV showed up and said, "Only one at once." So they all sat in the front room as I started to play. The next world was Apollonius. At this point, the game couldn't make heads or tails of itself. It kept switching from a square screen and then a rectangle screen. So I went to the first level. It was a rocky mountain range with some blue glowing stuff coming from the ground. I felt a really light feeling of energy flowing through my veins. The level had a very calm atmosphere other than the energy feeling. So I decided to ask Zilla a question because my paranoia was getting the worse and worse. I asked, "Can you hear me, Zilla?"
Yes.
Responded Zilla. I was in disbelief, so I asked, "How?" He said.
This world is you should know that the most.
Then I heard my friend shout, "Who are you talking to?" I said, "The game." Josh said, "I'm not even gonna ask." There were no enemies on this level, which was very strange, so I completed the level in a few minutes of walking. So then I sent Mothra onto the other level. It had a creepier vibe to it. I could overhear my friends regretting coming over, and I couldn't stop thinking of how I sent them to their demise. Josh said, "Why did we even come over?" Thomas said, "Because he's our friend, and we would be the same for any of us, so what if things don't go our way? There's a reason for everything." Mary said, "I agree." Josh said, "You're right. I'm just a little on edge." Thomas and Mary both said it's fine. After I completed 2 levels, I paused the game and made a strategy with them. We made a plan that consists of 1. If anyone is playing the game for more than 10 minutes, we go check no matter what. 2. The player must keep in mind that whatever caused this is in our heads, so we have to keep our mind clear. 3. We have an advantage, the sidekicks. There was no choice to try and break out because the point we made, the decision to make sure we all stick together. I told Josh to do 2 levels, call me in, and I would do the boss fight. But the weirdest part of this world was that there were no monsters on any of the levels. I was telling my friends what I saw, and we came to the conclusion that it wanted us to fight strong because I assumed the boss would have to be an entirely new threat. Then 7 minutes later, he called me in to do the boss fight. The boss's name was Desi Zora, and I had a white glow to it, which I kind of thought was strange, but I started the battle, and what was strange was that the fact that I used my atomic breath and it almost killed it, which was a miracle. But he didn't fight back, almost like he wanted this. So I ended up defeating him really fast, and when I paused the game to wait for the next world, there was a message on the screen that said,
You think you can win, but you still will not. I will claim your souls no matter what.
And I think that my friends heard because shortly after I heard Josh screaming to come here now, so I said to the game, "In your dreams." I regret saying that. After saying that, I felt like I made it angrier. I paused the game and I ran to the front room, and I found